Welcome to the Gleeful Meeple, a board game community that's your community too, no matter where you are. In this episode, get your Cheeto-dusted fingers off my deluxe board game. Get them off! Poker becomes cooperative in this week's game of the show, The Game. And you, the Gleeples, get to play along as the hosts get put in the hot seat with yet another game challenge. Hey, my favorite people.
Hey, y'all. This is JK.
This is Emily.
Hey, everyone. Dwayne's here, and I'm on my second cup of coffee, so it's going to be a real fun episode, everybody.
I feel like James is on his third.
I wish I was on my third, guys, because I could use some.
Oh,
It didn't stop me from writing
It's
a riddle this
amazing.
morning, though.
You have a riddle for us.
What you
I
got?
do.
Emily, why are you surprised? It's like every episode. The first time it was a surprise. 45 episodes later, not such a big surprise anymore.
Well,
You're
maybe
right.
it wouldn't be a riddle. Maybe it would be a limerick. You don't know.
Exactly.
Full of surprises, Dwayne. Don't underestimate me. If you only knew my name, you'd think I was doing gymnastics. While you need to stay flexible, I'm much easier than that. I come in different versions and you can find me anywhere. Just got here? Sit down and jump in.
Oh,
Okay, JK thinks he has a guess.
I think I have something.
I'm going to
I have
finish
nothing.
it.
Okay.
But
Oh,
we'll
that's
give
not
JK
it. Okay.
the final.
Okay.
Yeah,
The
go for it.
first guest. We're pushing our way to 200. Hit me, baby, one
No.
more time.
Yep.
Nice.
That would
I
be
love
flip
it.
7.
Oh, flip. Oh, wow. Maybe I need some coffee. That was a really good riddle, James.
It was a good riddle.
I was thinking of the circus.
Hey, guys.
I was
That'd be a
thinking
that'd be a
tumbling.
Yes, exactly.
So based on the time frame in which we're recording this, it's relevant. It's not going to air for a couple weeks, but have y'all followed the CEO wars on all of these burger tastings that are going on?
No.
Yes.
No.
Oh, JK, I'm so glad you brought that up because, yes, I caught is it the Big Arch or
The
the,
Big Arch.
Deluxe?
Yes.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, Arch Deluxe was an underrated burger for its time. That was great. The packaging sucked. That's the problem with it.
No, I've
But-
heard nothing about this. Tell me what's going on.
So the Big Arch is like the new McDonald's burger, and it's the first time that McDonald's has done a new
Like
Yeah.
menu item?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
A couple ideas behind it is it's bigger. It is larger than their
Oh,
regular
let me
burgers.
guess. I'm gonna take a guess at because I this isn't just podcast me like driving conversation. I literally have no idea what he's talking
Oh
about.
my gosh. Okay.
Is it a double smash burger?
No.
Okay,
No.
go ahead then. I figured
No,
they're getting on the
no.
smash burger
So
craze.
it's a big burger. It is double patties, but I think it's like 2 quarter-pounder patties. It's 3 slices of white cheddar. It's
Whoa.
on this big bun that is both sesame seed and poppy seed. And then it's got lettuce, pickles, crispy onion straws, and what they're calling arch sauce, which if you've had a Big Mac, I think it's kind of the same sauce. I don't know if there's much
Sure.
difference. So this is a big deal because it's like the first new burger that McDonald's has done in quite some time. And initially to do the marketing for this, one of the things they did is they filmed a video of the CEO of McDonald's eating a burger. And it was the most awkward thing you could possibly see. One, this guy has, I'm sure he's a wonderful person, but on video, no personality whatsoever. It
Nope.
comes across stiff as a
Nope.
board. And he goes to
Yep.
take a bite of this burger and he takes like the tiniest little tooth chew off the front. And the face he makes is awful. Like one of his eyes kind of rolls in and he goes, oh, that's a tasty product.
Okay, because
A
I've seen a
product?
SpongeBob
Yes.
Say
meme.
product?
He refers to
Joking
it as
about
a product
this.
the whole time.
No.
Yeah.
He does.
That's so
Yeah.
corporate
So
coded.
What's been funny about this since though is that when this aired, there was already immediate like clapback of, oh my
Virality.
God, how is this?
Yeah.
Why did you think this was a good idea?
Yeah.
And then they cut to video from the Burger King CEO who's grabbing a Whopper and just like shoving his face into this, devouring this burger. And then it trickled into like somebody from Wendy's did it. Somebody from A&W Root Beer did it.
That's so
The
funny.
CEO for Five Guys gets on and says, let me show you guys how to eat a burger. So they all clap back at him and they're like, yeah, that's great if you want to take out a mortgage to buy one of your burgers because they're $40 a piece.
Yeah.
Yep.
And like everybody's diving in. The CEO of Taco Bell comes in and says, don't get me started. We're not even, I'll destroy you guys on tacos. It's hilarious to watch these.
How have I missed all of
Oh,
this?
That's a
my God.
good marketing campaign.
And the unfortunate downside is now because this has gone viral, the CEO of McDonald's has come back and he's like, I'm going to show you, I really do eat these burgers, people. And he filmed another one that was equally as awkward. Like he's not helping his case whatsoever.
Oh my gosh.
So the funny part is you would think this is a lot of negative publicity for McDonald's.
Oh, no.
Oh, no,
It
not
is.
at all.
There's
like-
no such thing.
They're everywhere. So yeah, we're in the fast food wars now.
And
That
was
is
it
so
legitimately
funny.
meant to be? That was the real advertisement campaign on the original one. It wasn't meant to be awkward or weird.
They
I
did
don't
additional
know.
commercials
Absolutely
and
not.
such. Yeah, but his
Oh, okay.
his
Eesh.
delivery on this
Eesh.
thing is just bad.
Yeah. So I had two thoughts on this. One, I really like the juxtaposition of that versus the Burger King one, because I think the Burger King one was from several years ago. And, it wasn't like, hey, we're going to do this to clap back at McDonald's. It's simply like, here is our CEO being our authentic person around crew members enjoying our
Here's our
product.
CEO, a real person.
Yeah, it's just got this like homegrown quality to the video. It's kind of fun. But what the McDonald's ad or the McDonald's video brought to mind was Obama not drinking the Flint, Michigan water. It had that kind of vibe to it.
And then like now like there's people that are watching the McDonald's CEO and they watched him go out to lunch somewhere and eat a salad and they're like, he doesn't really eat McDonald's.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Speaking of food,
Yes,
Oh, look at
JK.
you. Look at you. Look
You
at
like
you
how I
go.
did that?
Man.
so we talked way back in season 1 about, how you set up a board game day for your friends and what you do to set the mood, how you kind of make things comfortable. And one of the elements that came into play.
Wait, you have friends that play board games?
I do. Sometimes I do a podcast with them even. I think we had Mark on for that episode, Mark Kaiser. And one of the things, it was not Mark Kaiser, it was Daryl. It was Daryl. That's right. One of the things he mentioned was doing Burrito Sunday before the game event starts. So that way that he doesn't have to provide food at the event. But, that the idea of having snacks present might be a good idea as well. I didn't say anything at the time. But I don't know how I feel about food around my board games.
I think it's super dependent on the food and super dependent on the game.
All right.
Well, I think that means you do have a feeling about it, JK.
Shall
I do.
Shall we get into it?
There are definitely. I don't know how to go about this first. There's foods that I'm okay with seeing at the table, and also there's stuff that I'm like, what are you doing? Why would you bring that here?
And
Well,
then-
I'm simply of two minds of this. If it is my board games, I do not want you eating around them. If it is someone else's board games, you do what you want to. I still don't like eating food when I'm gaming.
Well, and then there's the separation of food and drink,
Drink as well.
Yes.
right? Two different categories.
Because that's where drinks are sometimes where I am more skittish. Because it's like everyone thinks they are a capable adult and spatial awareness is good and all that jazz. But it was like my own experience. Like it was my second event with Gleeful Meeple ever. And I spilled almost like an entirely full beer on someone's game that included cardboard tiles. And so it was like we spent the next thankfully it only got on a very small portion of the game and we were starting to set it up or whatever. But it was we spent the next 10, 15 minutes just really making sure these pieces dried out. And I went up to the guy later and I was like, I am so sorry if I ruined that game. I will buy you a new one. I can't believe that happened. I'm so sorry. And that's what I appreciate about some of these board game tables where it's the cup holders on the outside of the board game table.
Yeah. And my table does have magnetic holders. You can move them internal to the table. You can move them external. And I think most game days that we've had, I'm always drinking a screw top bottle of Diet Coke. You guys are all pretty good about bringing water bottles or something that has a straw on it that's contained. But usually in our game days, as the day goes on, we kind of migrate over to cocktails or some adult beverages. And that's when I get a little nervous, because not only are we now doing an exposed drink, but we're also impacting our motor skills.
A little bit, yeah.
Is there a heightened chance now that we're going to spill that
100%
rum and Coke out onto the table?
Well, and I'm kind of the opposite of you, Emily. Food gets me more anxious and nervy than drinks.
And that's where, like, I was trying to, like, think about that myself. And I think the only reason is because I play with a lot of people that are also nervous about food. And so it's like oftentimes not an issue. Like, I feel like I push the test a lot more than like people I play with. And so like I will often like dedicate hands where it's like, if I can play the game with one hand, like it might be uncomfortable, but if I can fully play the game with one hand, then I might kind of like, okay, yeah, I'm fine with this buttery popcorn. And then once the buttery popcorn is done, I'm washing my hands or like fully drying off my hand. And then my left hand can come back into the game.
Yeah, because that's the thing, right? With drinks, unless a mistake happens,
right,
you're only dealing with condensation and maybe water, right? No oils.
Oh yeah, the water
like
rings are super stressful at our events, where it's like you'll see so many napkins like under everyone's drink if coasters are not available, because it's like, especially if like the table's dark or shiny or something to where you can't automatically see the ring, it's so easy to just like lay a card down on it on accident.
Yeah. And then, you have to make sure when you pick up your glass, it doesn't drip condensation onto the board. But other than water,
yes,
if someone doesn't knock a drink over, that's all you're dealing with. With food, I'm more anxious about it because, oils, cones, all the things.
Because it's like you already have oil on your hands.
Of eating food causes the problem. Whereas the act of drinking doesn't really cause the problem so much unless a mistake happens.
So let's dig into some common foods and snacks that you might see at the table that should be off limits. You already mentioned Cheeto dust.
God.
No
Cheetos,
that's the worst.
No Doritos.
Yeah.
No chip flavorings.
I mentioned buttery popcorn. That's probably a no.
Let's put all of these little snack foods like Cheetos, popcorn.
Are we going to the big leagues?
In a category. No, let's put them in a category by themselves, because I have the solution to that. Y'all, they make food tweezers. Have you seen these?
Yes.
Have you heard about these?
Yeah.
So like the chopsticks. Like
as someone who has a lot of like germophobia, I use these all the time, like during my workday, and they're maybe 3 to 4 inches long. They're steel, and they just look like giant tweezers that you can use for your snacks. And
I don't like
you
them
don't have
being
all
called
this nonsense.
I don't want tweezers touching my food. I would appreciate the word mini tongs or something like that.
Chopsticks.
Food tongs.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, no, they're not chops. Because
table plating tongs is what I'm finding online.
Pizza off the list.
So chopsticks gives the wrong impression, because that gives you the idea that you have two things to kind of manipulate. Now, if you think about it like they do children's chopsticks in restaurants, that's a little closer to what these are. But I found them at a flea market one day, just idly perusing the goods. I was with friend of the show, Ryan, and the moment I saw the dude use them, I was like, these are coming home with me. So we have the solution for all those little light snacks, snacky snacks.
Okay.
Let's
So
talk
light
about
snacks.
other foods, though.
I kind of just, while
Pizza.
you were talking, I mentioned over the top of you there, is pizza off the table? Because that is a game day staple.
It depends if it's one of those like messier pizzas or if you can kind of contain it to where you're only touching like the bread part, I think. Because it's like, I'm thinking of like a Papa John's pizza. There will be some kind of like crumbs that you still have to like dust off, but
Sure.
the sauce is more contained.
Pizza's a decent fork and knife food too.
The bigger problem I have with pizza, and James kind of already hinted at this, is going to be the oil out of it.
Yes.
Because if you have a nice gummy, greasy hand from holding the underside of your crust, you're thinking, hey, I'm good. I've got no sauce. I've got no pepperoni sitting on me. I'm fine. And then you grab one of my cards and that layer of oil is on your fingers. Yep, that card's done.
That's what I'm loving are like separate strategies that are coming out right now.
Strategy.
Like it's JK and James are like, no food. And Dwayne is like, I'm just going to use utensils. And I'm like, I'm just going to limit my...
I'm not no food. It just gives me more anxiety than
that
drinks.
is fair.
Yes.
What is your pizza strategy?
So you need to. The pizza needs to be served on obviously just on a plate.
Yes.
Not
non-negotiable.
Paper towel or something like that.
Yeah.
But the way I do it to keep my hands clean is I push the pizza off the edge of the plate.
And then just eat it off the
and
plate.
then and bite it as it comes off the plate. But I just push the crust side. So I'm pushing the crust side, sliding it off the plate so that I bite it that way. And I'm not actually picking the piece of pizza up off the plate. I'm just pushing it towards my mouth on
because
the plate.
that's my light snack strategy is I put it in a bowl and I fish it out with my tongue, which sounds
James,
horrible.
The way you are describing how you eat pizza at board games, Brooke and I have been watching the new season of The Traitors, and Michael Rappaport, every time he eats, he holds the plate up to his face and scoops food towards his mouth. I'm like, oh yeah, it's James has got the Michael Rappaport strategy for eating pizza. I love it.
I do have clean.
I do have a board gaming pizza story to share that happened very recently.
Please tell your board game pizza story.
So I was at a Vancouver group that meets at a video game bar. It's a good venue for board gaming, and a new guy was there, and he got a pizza, a pizza and a pizza plate, sure, whatever. What do you serve pizzas in? Pizza
plate?
rack? I don't know.
Oh, rack?
You know how the silver plaque?
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
Oh, okay.
So he gets that. And he's like, hey, he asked one of the regulars, he's like, hey, can I just put this pizza on top of this container of board games? And the guy's like, I don't know if I would do that for that particular owner's games. About 5 minutes later, the said owner comes by and he's like, has anyone seen one of my bins of games? What happened to my bins of games? Where'd it go? And my thing is like, oh, we're in a contained setting. They didn't go too far, but he kind of flips out a little bit. So eventually he finds them, and I just look at the guy who was going to put his pizza on there and said, I'm really glad you did not put your pizza on these board games. It would have gone badly.
Oh, man. Yeah, no, like, whether the food is at the gaming table or not, I keep it as far away as, like, any other components, because it's, like, especially the box. Like, it's just so easy for, like, the pizza grease to just get on anything.
All right,
and y'all have probably seen me I was just going to say, Jack, hey, you've probably seen me at events. If we have table space available, I am pulling up a secondary table behind me, so to keep drinks and food on. That way, it's no issue.
I've been at board gaming tables where it's the food is on a chair, like just so that it's just a different surface.
Yep.
Yeah.
We talked about savory, salty snacks. How about candies?
Candies are, I think, usually okay.
Usually,
you can keep the residue down, because it's like I think about M&Ms. As long as your hands aren't like super sweaty or you're holding them for a really long time, then you can usually keep the residue off of your hands more simply.
If there's a coating on it, yeah. If it's
a sour or chocolate,
Nope.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then the problem with chocolate isn't just that it gets on your fingers, right? Unless you have a paper towel, then the person's like licking their fingers and then getting into the game. And I mean, don't get me wrong. When you play board games, we're all, whatever, sneezing. It just is what it is. But it's different when you just see someone just like cleaning up all of their fingers with their mouth and then touching that meeple. It's a communal meeple. You got to touch it next. It's
I lean into my personal favorite candy, which is Jelly Bellies. Jelly Bellies are fine.
That's your favorite?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm big into like sour and fruity candies, like chocolates. Yeah.
But Jelly Bellies, that I was not expecting that. Okay, continue.
Buttered popcorn Jelly Belly actually is my favorite candy of all time.
Oh, that is a really good Jelly Belly. That's a very unique flavor, JK. I know exactly. I can taste it when you said it.
James, you kind of said something about what's on your fingers and such. That to me that knocks hot wings. Nope.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
go
absolutely
away.
not.
Oh, Goofus over here eating hot wings and ribs over my board games. Are you kidding me? What is happening?
Absolutely not.
Big saucy ribs.
It's oh man, I just remembered another pizza story I had. So it's like I play a lot of games at Tailgate around Nashville, and they are known for their pizza. One thing you should never do with food and board games is pass a food or drink directly over the board game.
The stress level. Every time.
Because I've gotten way better at my own spatial awareness, and I will literally walk around the table or like just pass around the table instead of directly over, because one time my partner tried to pass a slice of pizza over Sky Team, and a whole honkin' sauce cheese glump landed on the Sky Team like approach track,
Not
landing
great.
track, which is paper. And so he was mortified, and immediately he was like, I'll buy you a new game. And it's like we're literally talking about like an inch of 2 pieces of paper got like affected, and we cleaned it off immediately. Like he was just so embarrassed and so scared. He was just ready to buy a whole new game.
Well, and to your point, and I know restaurant professionals do this for a living. They're good at what they do, but I'm already nervous enough about people that are gamers that are passing food back and forth over the game, but at least they have the knowledge that they're passing something over, something that is prized and valuable and such. Some server doing that, I'm like, please God, no, don't go around the table. No.
We were playing Skull one time, which has cardboard
Coasters.
coaster-esque components, and we had a server
No.
repeatedly try to put the drink on the skull coaster.
Oh my God. No.
And so the person kept moving it, and it was one of those like they moved it twice before the server realized what was happening. And it was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. It just looked so much like a coaster. We're like, we know.
Yeah.
Oh.
It really does. In fact, one of my favorite running gags at Gleeful Meeple events is when I'm playing Skull, I like to collect all the coasters on the table and put them in the box when I put the game away.
Oh, that's funny.
And it's like someone else's box, right?
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Why would I do that to my own box? That's just silly.
What a good running bit.
Now, being that we go to, we do events at places that serve food and drinks all the time, there are certain games that I just accept that when I bring them out, if something happens to this one, I just don't care.
Yes.
There's games I don't bring to events because it's too risky.
It's
even
too
with
prized
gamers.
possession.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Mistakes happen, accidents happen.
Yep.
I mean, JK told us his quack story on that episode.
I have only recently started bringing that out publicly again, and that fiasco
and it's
happened
still
5 years ago, maybe.
Yeah.
So
But
Easy,
even that,
yeah.
that wasn't food related. It was just
That was
that one
dropped,
was
right?
more pieces. Yeah.
But on the flip side of that, or the opposite, right? There are games that I bring out knowing that I'm totally fine if it got destroyed.
Yeah.
Right, because it's inexpensive to replace or easily available. Splendor was one of those for mine one time. We were at Crazy Gnome back when we were there, and a brand new person came to an event and jumped his beer all over Splendor, which if you know, it's just cards.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I still have the
And, like,
copy,
plastic
but
tokens.
they all are a little bent, and because it's cheap paper.
Yes.
So you can't wipe it up fast enough. It
Yes.
soaks it up immediately. But I truly wasn't bothered by it. I was like, it's Splendor. I can get it anywhere. It's not a big deal. And
Yeah.
I knew we were squeezing onto a small table where I saw the beer glasses sitting there. I knew it could have happened, and it happened.
At any moment.
And I was like, that's fine, whatever.
Most of my card games, I kind of take into account that there's going to be condensation on the table. That's why I sleeve.
Yep.
That's
Yes.
100% why I sleeve,
Yes.
is to protect that.
That's what like a few people's copies of the gang are starting to get that like grime on the cards. And I tried shuffling someone's like deck of cards from the gang. It's like, this is so nasty. But it's like the gang, like it's just a deck of cards. Like just throw in another deck of cards, you're fine.
Until you get that deluxe version that's coming
That's
out later
true.
this year.
That is true. More on that later.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hope they fix the chips on that, because the chips are starting to show wear too for
Really?
copies that get played a lot. Yeah.
But yeah, overall, I mean, food. You got to have snacks. If you're doing a game day and there's a few hours, there's got to be something there to eat. I'm okay with it, but you definitely got to be respectful and just have an idea of
Choose wisely.
Yeah, choose wisely. I choose you.
What are, like, off the top of your head, and I'll kind of throw this out to all three of you, what is one thing that you would suggest listeners bring to the table as a viable, acceptable, safe snack?
Pretzels.
I was just thinking pretzels too, because I was thinking about the most recent snack I had at a gaming table, and it was pretzels. But it's like, other than that, like anything that like you can, because it's like I think about like with M&Ms or like other like smaller snack, like we love Nerds gummy clusters too, but like anything that can kind of be put in its own like either little like bowl or little like red Solo cup or whatever, and then I can just like use that to tip it into my mouth or whatever. So like M&Ms can be that way, Skittles, like stuff like that.
Dwayne, anything for you?
Yeah, I think these are all really good ideas. I would add like unsalted nuts are kind of the perfect snack because there's no cooking oils, there's no grimy grit on them that could get onto things. The only downside is then you're eating unsalted nuts, which don't taste great.
And also, like, taking a food break has been like something I've done at certain board game days. Like, that's usually with like the longer games where it's like we get about like halfway through and it's been 2 hours. We're like, let's go ahead and take a snack break, like just fully like step away from the table, eat our food, fuel up, and then wash our hands and go back.
I'm going to go with the little cheese cubes. Little cheese cubes work.
Okay.
Unless you're lactose intolerant, then that's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Well, so one more to add is vegetables.
Yeah.
Right, carrots. I mean, your basic vegetable platter that you'd get
Carrots
for parties, all that.
Perfect. Yeah.
Carrots, broccoli,
If they're
celery,
not
all
too
that kind of
wet.
stuff.
Add dip with caution.
Yeah, just precaution. But
That travel path of the dip better not be over a board game.
but yeah, it's food. You got to eat. You got to have fun while you're playing games and keep your brain working. Got to give you that brain juice.
And that's all gross. No. Just keep in mind, if it's not your board game, if it's not your house, you might just want to ask the owner, just be courteous.
What are your feelings?
Have
on
some
this?
etiquette. Yeah. Yeah.
I got
Well,
a
if you're
12-pack
out
of
in a
ribs here. Can I pull these out?
And if you're at an event or something, I don't think it's rude to ask people, hey, do y'all mind using coasters?
Not at all. Yeah.
Yeah, it's your game. You get to set the rules.
Yeah.
All right, Gleeples, this episode's game of the show is The Gang. The Gang was designed by John Cooper and Corey Heath. It's currently sitting at a 7.6 user rating on Board Game Geek. It was released in 2024, plays 3 to 6 people, but it's at its most gleeful at 5 players. JK, tell us a little bit about The Gang.
Round up your gang and get ready to pull off a series of bank heists using the power of poker. In The Gang, a cooperative version of Texas Hold'em, players bet on how good they think their hand of cards will be relative to the other players. Then they try and make their predictions a reality. Early in a round, without talking to each other, each player chooses a chip indicating how good they think their hand is. Then they begin dealing cards into the middle of the table and have a chance to reassess their hands as more cards are revealed. At the end of the round, players see whether they correctly evaluated their hand. If all players did, you get to open one of the bank vaults. If not, you trip the alarm. If you manage to open 3 vaults before you trip the alarm 3 times, your gang wins. That's The Gang. Who's ready to deal?
Nice. Who wants to start?
This is a really weird
who
game.
has the best hand? Take the 6.
Yeah.
Not
This-
me. I'm going for the 1.
This is a really weird game, and the first time I saw this come out, I went, what are you trying to do with the poker and the gang and the vaults and why? And I thought, this is never going to catch on. Boy, was I wrong.
Oh, yeah.
This is easily the most played game at our board game events for probably the last year.
It's the new Scout.
I was about to say, I was like, I haven't
Yeah.
seen a craze like this in our board game group since I think Scout.
And it's interesting to me because I really thought that having to have some knowledge of poker would be a barrier to entry for this game. I have seen so many people who are like, I have no idea how to play poker, but I'm willing to give it a try. And they do just great. There's a cheat sheet that kind of ranks
Yep.
the hands. There are some subtleties that
Yes.
are found out for new players as
Yes.
they play. But, by the time they're in their second or third game, they completely understand the objective and how to maneuver in the game.
Because that's what, like, I'll admit, that's one of my limitations. Like, and I was super excited when I found out about this game because I was like, oh my gosh, like, I've always been afraid of poker. I love the idea of cooperative poker. And then I've just hit enough scenarios where my, like, lack of poker knowledge has, like, done me wrong.
Hampered you?
Yes. Because of some of those nuances, like, I'll just go ahead and say it from, like, our last play. There was a moment where it was like I had a pair in my pocket cards from the immediate beginning, but by the end of the like all the rounds, there were 2 pairs on the board, and both pairs on the board were better pairs than my pair. And I had just forgotten to take that into account because my brain does not always work that way. And so I lost us that hand.
I think there is a little bit of a reset, Dwayne. You kind of have to talk a little bit when you're talking with people that are familiar with poker, or even people that maybe not be that familiar with poker, that for this game, depending on the situation, a very low powered pair, like if you end the round and you've got a pair of 5s, in many cases, that's a really strong hand with this game. Pairs
Yes.
are good.
Yes.
Just because of the way the cards tend to come out. And I think that's probably the biggest challenge for me is I'll have kind of, if I'm playing in a poker tournament and I've got a pair of 5s, that's a lukewarm hand for me. I'm really going to have a hard time betting strongly about that in most cases, where in the gang, the pair of 5s might be the best thing at the table pretty easily.
Right. Especially if it's not a community pair, right?
Yeah.
Like if nothing on the board has paired up, then if you're sitting on a pair, things are looking pretty good. Poker skill does come into play as far as you have to be able to read the board to see what potentially is out there and determine how that affects your hand. But it's just such a clever game. And Emily, I think we actually got to experience this game when it was fresh, like right off of its release date. And I played one round of it. And I was like, this is kind of amazing. It was much like Sky Team that we talked about on last episode. Like just experiencing the game for the first time gave me the feel of like, I think there's something here. This is going to be a big deal. And it was for our group.
Yeah. I feel like I've played it a few times since then, and I feel like my excitement level has gone the exact opposite direction of a lot of other people. As I mentioned, like in our last episode, those like hidden information co-op games can be very tricky at the table. And like how I was raving about like Sky Team, and I love playing it with my partner, and like we communicate so well, and it's awesome, and we're on the same page, and it's great. I feel the exact opposite about the game, where it's like our communication breaks down and I feel like I'm just getting roasted for every bad move I do. Cause it's like, I know I'm the weakest player, and it's like, oh, it's so obvious to everyone else. And somehow I end up missing it like almost all the time. And I've seen like some people get like really heated about it. And it's like, I just don't want to be in that environment all the time.
So one of the hot button issues for this game, and we kind of tried to play this in our play together a couple different ways just to see if it made a difference. And it's the amount of communication you can have during a hand. Now, you cannot disclose what is in your hand to anybody else. But based on the chips that you are drawing each turn, that starts to infer some information to the other players. And it is okay to publicly discuss, well, I think Emily has King Jack because this is what she did on the consecutive turns and this is what we saw. James probably has this. I can say that as many times as I want. You guys just can't confirm what you have. You should not be adding that conversation and going, oh, yeah, you got it right. I felt like when I first started playing this game at some of our events that there was too much table talk going on. But looking at the rules, it's kind of allowed to do it in that manner.
Yes.
We tried to modify that by playing a game in which we followed the rules of Sky Team and played every round perfectly silent. That was weird. It was different.
Weird.
Which was funny because it was like the one where we didn't limit ourselves. We weren't super chatty anyway.
No.
But there's little things that you say, if the cards if the community cards are out there, right, and saying things like, "Oh, well, there's a flush draw,"
and that's what I really appreciate because
stuff like that.
I need people with like y'all's brain alerting me to the presence of that kind of thing because I'm like I know I don't read the board like Dwayne does, and it's like because there have been times where it's like we'll end the round and we do the reveal, and like the person who had the highest ranking card like has a straight or something like that, and everyone's like, oh yes, like, great, and then like immediately the cards are like gathered together and I feel like wait a minute, what did he have, how did we win? Like because I can't read it that quickly.
There's a couple members of our community. I'll shout out to Kyle and Gravy that have played this game so much that literally when the hands are out there, they will tell you what everybody at the table has.
Jason does that too.
They're so good at
Jason's
this. Yeah.
very good at it.
Too, yeah.
It's crazy. And so that was like one of the experiences that I like genuinely enjoyed because I felt like Jason and friend of the show, Adam, from episode 3, I felt like had a great synergy where I was like, okay, I think I'm okay. I think I will be cushioned in this experience.
Now, one of the fun twists of this game that we didn't talk about during the introduction is that as you are either successfully or unsuccessfully breaking into the vault, the game autocorrects. So if you've had a successful round where everybody has protected correctly, you'll draw a card that sort of penalizes you in the next round. It's going to hamper your powers. It's going to maybe cause some things in the game that you're used to using to not be at your benefit any longer. Conversely, if you failed in breaking into the vault, it's going to give you an additional power card that maybe gives more information or allows you to kind of manipulate the game. And as those come in each round, that tends to balance the round for that round. And then depending on your results for that round, you'll see whether you get additional powers or additional penalties.
And if I remember correctly, that's a variant, like that's optional, or is that always how the game was intended to be played?
I think that's how it's intended to be played. I want to say in the rule book, it's kind of like, hey, for your first game, don't do this, maybe.
Okay,
One of those ideas. So actually, that is kind of the variant.
I got it.
I think is how it's written. Here's a thing about the benefit cards. Like if you fail a mission and you get a benefit card, they're not equally balanced.
Not at all.
No, not at all.
And some of them are almost like, is this really a benefit? And part of it could simply be, I don't understand how to utilize specific good cards. But several of them feel kind of trashy.
And that's why I think friend of the show, Ryan, will not play the gang if those cards are involved.
Not specifically the unbalanced cards, the cards, period.
Yes.
Like he only wants to play you can call it base game, on what you call it, but yeah.
So, shall we talk about another hot button topic surrounding the play of the gang? Is when you pick a chip to signify the ranking of your hand, are you ranking for potential or are you ranking for current?
Oh.
Okay. I have strong feelings on this.
Everyone I have talked to has strong feelings on this.
Sure.
That's what I'm saying. This is like an intense game that scares me.
I think potential has to come into your thought process at some point because, and I'll give a perfect example. If I'm sitting on a suited 5-6 and I've got two yahoos over the left of me arguing over the 1 and 2 chip, I'm going to go ahead and take the 3 chip. Not because I think my hand is a 3 value, but because I think I've got a better 3 than the people fighting over the lower hand. That being said, should potential be like the leading cause of me taking a chip? No, I am not going to take a 6 chip on a suited low pair. I might take and if there's hesitation, I might take the 6 chip on a suited high or a suited high cards. So like king queen suited. But then again, that it all depends on what the state of the game is. What are other players doing? Is there an argument? Well, then I probably have the best hand at that time.
Okay, and I think that's a reasonable way of thinking about it.
Let me ask you about this one, Dwayne, because your poker mind will tell me whether I did the right thing or not. So
go on.
I am dealt 7-2 of clubs.
Okay.
Not a good pairing. Okay.
No.
Right out of the gate.
No.
I took
it's almost the worst hand, but not quite.
Yes. I took the 1 chip. Okay. You're with me so far.
Yep.
The flip.
The flop.
The flop. Flippity floppity. The flippity floppity reveals 2 other clubs.
Okay.
I immediately grab the 4. Because to me, I am 1 card away from a flush.
And 2 cards are about to be.
Yes. I grab the 4.
You've got 2 more ways to hit it.
Yes. And on the turn and the river, the next 2 cards revealed, there's never a club.
Okay.
And you go back to the 1.
So I have literally nothing to work with. I don't have a pair. I've got a high card 7. So I went back to the 1. And in that instance, again, I'm playing with Kyle and Gravy, who are both seasoned professionals at this game. they lost their minds because they were like, why would you take the 4? And I said, I was 1 card away from a flush. And they said, what was the strength of your hand at that time?
Yep. They are big, no potential players.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, one of the big reasons why a lot of folks fall into that camp, and I like playing that way as well as no potential, is round over round over round, you're trying, because at the end of all of this, I don't know if we at the end of all of it, you're trying to be able to properly rank your hands from lowest to highest. And you're being able to track when someone's hand has gotten better is part of this game. And not just better potential, but actually gotten better. So to be able to properly identify, okay, no, we've been pretty similar this entire time, and you got better and I didn't, so you should definitely take the 4 and I should stick with the 3. Because you're as the poker chips get lined up in front of people, you can watch round by round by round. Did their hand get better? Did it get worse? Did they jump from a 1 to a 6? Okay, well, they got way better. I haven't gotten better, so I'm definitely not in the same ball game as them. And playing for potential
muddies that a little bit.
And it only works if everyone at the table is playing for potential,
and that's
or
the key.
Everyone at the table is playing for what I currently have. You can't have both.
That's what, like, JK, I think in that scenario, if that last flush card comes out and you were to go from a 1 to however many the player count is to the highest number, I think that just strengthens the confirmation of the flush.
Yeah.
Whereas if you went from the 1 to the 4 to like a 5 or whatever, then they're looking at like, okay, what were the first 3 cards and what was the last card? And they might not make that connection.
I think in that scenario, when we were playing that night, whatever the 3rd card was on the flippity floppity, I think it was a 9. And when I took the 4 chip, they all looked at my hand, like my 1 to a 4, and they went, "Oh, JK just got a pair of 9s." Because he didn't look at the 9 as being powerful enough, but he went in hard. He's got a pair of 9s. Maybe he's got a 2 pair with something else here. And I'm sitting there going, no, I don't have anything close to that. What are you guys doing?
Yep.
So, and once that was in their heads, it wasn't getting out of their heads. They sat on my pair of 9s all the way through the end of the round.
I could also argue, JK, like it all depends on how that round plays out. If you got the flush, it really doesn't matter what you did beforehand. But if you don't make that, if you're dealing with a lot of low, let's say you're dealing with a lot of low hands from all the players, okay? I would like to think that I could take a look at your chips and be like, okay, JK thought he had something brewing on the flop. So that's probably a flush. But then he immediately backs off and he started with a 1. I'm going to say he's probably sitting on low. It lets me know if I'm trying to decide between a 1 and a 2 chip. JK was probably has a low suited cards. That it gives me information, I guess, is what I'm trying to say at the end of the day.
And that's where, like, I think, like, going back to Sky Team, since we just talked about it so recently, Sky Team, you're dealing with 4 dice. And, like, each die is a number of 1 through 6. Like, I feel like there's just, like, it shrinks down what you're communicating and what options you're communicating. Whereas, like, with poker, 52 cards, 4 suits, like, ace through king or whatever. Like, there's just so much information and there's so many nuances to behavior. Because that's what, like, I've had rounds where it's, like, I'll go for the highest chip automatically because I got pocket pair. And that, like, has been misinterpreted. Like, my decisiveness has been misinterpreted. But I'm like, I just know it's a good hand. It doesn't mean it's, like, in position for a flush. I just had a good hand of pocket cards.
Well, and a pocket pair on the first hand is a good, you would pull a 6 for that because, you know, it's
the only time you're gonna run into trouble with that is if somebody else pulls a pocket pair, and now it's, you know, who
has the higher pocket pair. Yeah,
right. And so you pull the chips back and forth, and you have a little bit of that table, that meta going on, you know.
And then it's like I've had the opposite happen where I was like waffling, and then eventually like picked a 2, and then like it gets misinterpreted. Like it's the body language. I feel like I have trouble communicating, whereas like I really enjoy Sky Team because that is less of a factor.
The other thing I'd like to bring up about this game is it does play 3 to 6 players, and boy, howdy, is there a difference in the challenge level between 3 players and 6 players.
Yeah.
It is really hard to fail with 3 players, right? It's very easy to figure out, for the most part, where everyone is falling.
Yeah, I'd agree with
6
that.
players is a completely different level of complexity. There's way more moving parts, way more behaviors to track. It's a pretty interesting thing, and I have seen people who play this so often that when they play 3 players, they take one of those negative cards and put it into play for the whole game just to add some challenge to it.
Okay. One of the things that I really like about the game, you're definitely limited in the communication you can have, but you're not limited by body language. So when those chips come out and we see the cards and everybody is frantically grabbing to chips, you know that they feel pretty strong about their position. If they're slowly grabbing a chip, maybe there's some uncertainty. And what's fun about the game is you're not just choosing the chips that are in the center of the table. Let's say that we deal out hands and Emily grabs the 6 chip and it's sitting in front of her. I can grab the 6 chip from Emily and say, no, I think you're wrong. I think I'm going to top this. And that kind of becomes another level of mind games, is trying to figure out, well, we both think we have a strong hand. Who's better? Let's see what the next chip does.
And that brings me to my third hot button topic of the gang.
I think I know what this is going to be.
Because we've had friends that have had very strong opinions on how many times can the chip be fought over. And what's kind of neat about the chips, because this comes into play with one of the challenge cards, is if the chip is flipped over, like one side it's kind of like that like transparent background, and the other side is like a black background, white stars on the chip. Mm-hmm. And if it's on that black background side, it can no longer change owners. And so we've played a variation where it's like once it's been stolen once, it flips over to its black side and cannot be transferred anymore. And he declares that it just shortens the length of the game so people aren't in useless like fights over a chip. And like it is a limitation, and I'll give him that.
I don't know. It doesn't bother me. I like the chip being moved around. And I think the table knows when you're at a point towards like, okay, we just got to move on.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you just, as a table, you just kind of have to agree.
And I think,
like, okay, let's just, it might not be perfect, but we got to move on. But it's fun to see it be stolen all over the place.
Because it's like, I agree with that, because it's like, that's information.
Yeah.
And it's like, I think it's just different people have different like frustration tolerances over that style of gameplay.
The back and forth.
Yes.
I don't see anything in the rules that indicates that it's a one-time take the chip.
Because I think it's specifically for a challenge card, because there have been some challenge cards in the one version we played where it was like for rounds 2, 3, and 4, flip over the 1-star chip.
Once somebody takes it, they've got it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Negatives on this?
I get yelled at a lot and it stresses me out.
Yeah, the group that you play this with is
crucial.
Let me put a fine point on it. The gang that you play this with,
amazing. Well done.
Thank you. It's going to affect your enjoyment level of it. I don't want to play this with people who are going to treat it like there's money on the table and yell at me for making mistakes. Like that's. To me, that playing that has that idea of being at a blackjack table in a casino with somebody who isn't playing the game by the blackjack strategy. It's like you are inversely affecting my cash flow at this point. People treat the gang like that, and it's not that it's a 15 to 20 minute investment in a game.
Yes.
It's not
exactly.
It's not worth anger. It should be fun. To me, the back and forth of the chips is part of the fun of the game, having that little bit of debate. I get very frustrated when people are like, well, it's just the white round. It doesn't matter. No, it does matter. Because it is it's the only information we have in this game. So take it for what it is. Enjoy it as a lighthearted game, and don't bust someone's chops because they made a bad call.
And that's what Dwayne and James props to you guys. I very much enjoyed playing with y'all because they will break down.
You left me out of that circle.
Because I feel you and I are still kind of in the amateur stage, whereas I feel we have kind of a debrief whenever we win or lose a round, and Dwayne and James will kind of recap kind of what the thinking. And it's I feel I almost get a performance evaluation, but in the most kind, gentle way. And that like helps, I think, my anxiety about like, I just know I'm going to mess this up for everyone, where it's like, you know, when you did that, you communicated this, or I read it as that. And like, if you had tweaked it this way, I think it would have read a little bit differently or whatever. And like, I really appreciate how you guys handle that conversation after a game.
If we're playing multiple games together, I want you to be better. I want you to understand my thought process. I want to better understand your thought process, because the idea would be when we play this again in the same
We
game,
might have better odds of winning. Yeah.
Right, because we're understanding how each of us play the game a little bit better, and it's much more fun to do that than to, you know, flip over cards. Oh, this should have been here. Let's gather the cards and play another hand. Like, no, let's talk it through. That's part of my enjoyment for this game.
Yeah, and likewise for me, knowing that, you know, part of what brings me joy when playing like the gang or Sky Team or anything like that is that thought process. And trying to figure things out, knowing that someone is at the table, not having that same, potentially, maybe not, you know, having that same thought process and getting that kind of enjoyment out of it. If I can talk through afterwards and maybe help someone like you, right, connect those dots so you have more fun next time, that's kind of the idea behind it. It's just to help others at the table kind of, you know, get what's kind of going on and hopefully enjoy it more and not be frustrated. Because knowing that the game can bring that enjoyment, but if there's a barrier to it, maybe I can remove that barrier.
If there is a negative for me, we've kind of already talked about this. Some of those benefit and detriment cards are a little out of balance. That kind of can make the game a little swingy. But probably even more for me, this is a small box game, and it basically is a deck of cards with the bonus cards as well, and some chips. The chips are really nice. I thought the chips are pretty high quality. The deck of cards itself is awful.
Bad.
And I'm already starting to see a lot of our players that are bringing this to game nights on a regular basis have swapped in a deck of bicycle cards instead to have those, because they don't shuffle well. They're just kind of bleh.
Yeah.
Well, to that point, JK, if you want a nicer version of the gang, coming later this year, there is currently a pre-order up for the Gang Deluxe Edition.
Oh, wow.
And it's not super expensive. It's $40. Which, you know, compared to the normal base game, it is just a deck of cards, so it sounds like a lot. But the deluxe version is casino quality plastic cards.
Wow.
There we go.
Nice. Love it already.
Ceramic poker chips with a metal core, a
Even
play
better.
mat, 3D tokens for the gold bars and alarms,
I like that.
3 mini expansions, and those are called Jokers and More, Tools of the Trade, and the deluxe version exclusive, The Dealer. And there's also the Gang More Players expansion, which I think brings it up to 10 players.
My.
Jeez.
I think is what
All
it
right,
is.
so full table. That's interesting.
Yep.
I could see that being a lot of fun. I
Oh,
don't
the gold
think
bars
I'd
are
want
the
to play with-
successes. That's funny. The playmat looks great. I'm sorry, Dwayne.
What's the playmat? Is the playmat just to organize the chips and the cards each round, I guess?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay. Interesting. I mean, that's might be a little overkill for this game, but
It
it's a nice
really
add-on.
it really brings the theme of the heist to the forefront. And so like when you have a success, you'll put the gold bar out onto the success track and like
Okay.
an alarm onto like the alarm track, and like that's like designed into the mat to like 3 successes or 3 failures, whatever. You have the whole like the board layout area, and it has it showing where it's like you put the chips out there, and then when it's time for that round, you throw the chips out from that area to replace with the card. It's interesting.
Okay.
Even with that as a negative, this is a keeper for me. I've been really pleasantly surprised by this game. My first impressions of it were there's not enough game here for this to be fun, and boy, has our local game group proven me wrong on that.
Yep. For me, it is also a keep it to play. Super unique game to come out in the last few years. Always a fun time. Easy to play. Easy to teach. Always results in laughs and hoots and hollers and just a good time. So I will probably be pre-ordering the deluxe edition because it's not like a big unwieldy box. It's just a nicer version that would maybe, like I said earlier on a previous episode, right? And when they re-release a new edition of a game, if it makes the play more satisfying and fun, yeah, I'm in. So I'll be getting that one in my collection. Keep it to play.
For me, this is a trade it away.
Wah, wah.
I know it's a well-loved game by so many people, and I love that for them. And that doesn't mean I will like never play it. I'm just very picky about who I play it with and when I play it. And I don't want it in my collection. I don't need it in my collection. We've actually been playing with like 2 decks of cards, where one deck of cards is the deck, and then the other deck of cards is how we like get our poker chips. And we'll just do like the suits for our rounds. And so this is a trade away for me. I'm not excited about the deluxe, but I love how cute it looks, and I'm excited for people who want to get it.
This is a keep it to play for me, and the reason is this game did something that I would have thought to be impossible, which is make me enjoy poker without having money involved. Like I think poker is not a lot of fun if there's not some risk to it, and making it a cooperative Texas Hold'em style game is a fantastic idea. I love this. It is hard for me to say no to a game just because of how quickly it happens, because of the, after game interactivity, like breaking down the round and talking through it. So yeah, a strong keep it to play from me.
All right, that is 3 out of 4 on the Glee meter. Yay.
Yeah.
That's still good.
Pretty good.
That's
Pretty
still
good.
How did we do? So we played two rounds of this. We played our first round kind of as we have seen it played previously. We also played a silent round.
And we won the first one and lost the second one.
Silent, yeah.
And it was interesting because we were both games came down to 2 successes, 2 failures, and it came down to the last hand. And I was so sad for our last round of our silent game because we literally almost had it. It came down to like one of those scenarios where it's like when a bunch of people have like just high cards at the end of the game, it's like, how do you rank your high card? Like it sucks when like someone has an 8 high card and the other person has a 9 high card. But that round was a round with our challenge card. Once we got dealt our pocket cards, we passed one of them to the player on our left. And it came down to JK and I, and JK had passed me a card that gave me a pocket pair. And then
I passed you a very low card.
Yes.
Too. Yeah.
And so it was one of those where it's like, I feel like the white round is important because JK knew what he passed me, and I grabbed the highest poker chip in the white round in that very first round. And so then when we got to that final round, I was like, JK, you had the most information. But
yep, I kind of blew it.
But it was okay. I forgive you.
In this season, we are just rotating through all of us and deciding who gets to pick what game. And gosh darn it, it's my turn.
It's
finally.
back to JK.
Yay.
All right.
And, we've been talking about one of my all-time favorite games quite often on this show. And every time it's been brought up, the comment from Emily is, I've still never played that.
Oh, I know what this is.
We're going to take care of that this week. Guys, we're going to play some Small World.
Yes.
Finally.
Oh, that is fantastic. I'm really excited because I have not played that in a long time. And it is a really clever game.
Yep. Looking forward to seeing what you guys think on this.
See you on BGA.
All right. Speaking of future games of the show, is there a game you'd like us to play? Have thoughts about The Gang, Small World, or any other games that we've talked about on this episode? Shoot us an email for your chance to have your comments read on a future episode. That email address is pod@gleefulmeeple.com.
So I think we've talked about games and the gang long enough that it's time to play a game with the gang. Not a game called The Gang, a game about games.
Oh my God, I'm lost.
Yes, already.
This week, JK has brought us a game challenge.
Hey guys, we're going back to a classic. I think we've done this in season 1 and we've done it in season 2. So it's going to make round 3 as we do the anagram game.
Oh, okay. I can
I'm
do
out.
anagrams.
I'm done. I'm done.
I'm usually okay at anagrams. We'll see.
I have taken a number of games and sort of rejigged all of the letters to come up with a new board game title. The number of words does not necessarily match up,
And
but
that's
all
the hardest
of the letters
part.
do.
The fact that you make actual phrases
Yes.
is so hard.
So the way we are going to play this is I am going to hold up the anagram in front of Dwayne's screen so he can see this on the Zoom. Unfortunately, James and Emily, that means you're also going to be playing looking at that Zoom screen rather than looking through the card itself.
I think I can live with that.
I'll give you guys a few seconds to kind of try this and see if you can figure it out just based on the anagram itself. And if you can't, I'll start throwing out some clues about the game. Whoever gets that first wins the card. Sounds good?
Sounds good.
I like it.
All right. Our first game anagram is Hellcat Magi T.
And for those listening,
Oh, my word.
MAGI, Magi.
Have we played this game?
You have not. I guarantee. Well, I shouldn't say guarantee. I feel strongly none of us have played this.
Okay.
Okay, interesting.
So first clue, I like that. That's helpful. That either means it's not out yet,
Are we ready
Like
for
a
some clues?
Kickstarter or
Yeah.
something.
Okay.
All right.
This game was recently republished
Oh,
and has quickly
no.
gone out of print.
What?
Wow. Okay. Recently republished and gone out of print.
It is a racing game.
That none of us have played? And it might not mean racing as
It might
in
not be cars.
cars, right? Just a race game. Recently republished race game that's gone out of print again that none of us have likely played.
It is not based on Harry Potter.
Okay.
Magic.
Okay.
Yeah, but now you got me down the magic path, which that
It is also not based on the Olympics.
those are weird clues, JK.
Have you heard my clues before?
Oh, got it. Magic
All right,
athlete.
It is magical athlete.
Wow.
Magical athlete. Yeah. Yeah, there it is. Wow.
Good one.
Well done, Emily.
Goodness.
All right, guys. Your second anagram. Ready, Dwayne?
Ready?
It is Adapt Health Omelet.
It's so long. So many letters to unscramble.
Because it's an omelet, you have to unscramble.
Oh.
Man.
That wasn't even on
You can't
purpose.
unscramble an omelet.
Adapt Health Omelet.
Oh, I got it.
Dang.
Wow.
Say it.
Pedal to the metal? No.
That's heat pedal to the metal.
Yeah, heat
that's
pedal to the
it. I got it. We'll give it to James.
Another
Well
racing
done.
game. I forgot heat. I just played that this week.
All right. Folks, number 3. Kite meat.
Ugh.
This is shorter and it's still.
Oh, I thought it was. I thought I had it, and then I realized there's no G in it.
I have not played this game, but I believe some of you have.
Oh, I think I got it.
Dwayne?
No, yes, it's Take Time.
It is Take
Yes.
Time.
Oh,
Yes.
dang, nice.
I just got there.
Good get. I
We-
had tag team at first.
we
I
have
was
played that.
Okay. All right. Our next one. Cootie purr. Cootie purr.
Oh my gosh.
All right. For clues, this one was selected specifically for one of you.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
My COOTIE for those listening. PURR.
Oh, I think I've got it.
Dwayne?
Is it Puerto Rico?
It is Puerto Rico.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice. I saw Europe, but there wasn't another E, and then I just couldn't get my brain off of Europe.
Oh, I saw Europe once at the Meadowlands. They were great.
All right.
They closed with the final countdown.
This was one of my favorites from this batch. I like this one a lot.
Oh, let's go. I love it already.
We're going with Cuticles Garcia.
That's my online handle.
That's my OnlyFans name.
Is
Whoa.
this Galactic Cruise?
It is Galactic
Nice.
Cruise.
Well done.
I'm just waiting for an anagram that uses every single letter of the alphabet.
All right. Next one up is Medium Unripe.
You all want to write medium. Unripes are just terrible.
Man.
Do we want clues?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I will not play this game.
Oh, I should know this. I feel like well, no, that's Puerto Rico is one of them. We just had that one.
He did for the show.
I have repeatedly said I will not play this game, and it is exclusively because of the theme.
What's the theme?
Pun. Derp. Premium.
I know. Premium Demon.
Premium is it in there actually? Yeah. But
This is an IP game.
Oh.
Dune Imperium?
It is Dune Imperium.
Oh my word! You
geez.
just said that.
Wow.
Oh.
Well done.
And a premium was very close. I'm surprised
Yeah.
it took that long to click.
All right. Our next one is Inlaid Strips.
Slay the Spire, Slain,
I was thinking Island.
Slain Trip.
Oh, I think I've got it.
Ball.
Is
Spirit
it
Island.
Is it Spirit Island?
Emily jumped in before you.
Oh, you're the worst.
Hey, James stole my
That's
heat
fine.
pedal to the metal.
I did.
Fair
finish that
enough.
one.
Fair enough.
All right. Our next one is Ask Payees.
Payees. Ask Payees.
Ska.
Do we need clues?
With a Y. And a K. Y and a K should.
This is
Yeah, that should be very.
This is also a game that I'm probably not going to play, but it's mostly because of the designer.
Oh my word! What does that mean?
Keys, key, pass key.
Oh, I got it. Wait.
Dwayne?
No, never mind.
This designer makes notoriously difficult games.
Oh, Speakeasy.
Oh,
It is Speakeasy.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's one of the
wow.
Lacerda games. I was like, oh.
Nice. Well done.
All
That
right.
was a good clue.
I think this one is going to be okay for our child-friendly show. We'll see.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
I can't wait to veto it.
Fluff's Heteros. Fluff's Heteros.
I gotta raise it up a little bit.
Roster.
I believe
No.
I learned this game from James. I think. And if I didn't,
That's a lot of ifs.
it's well within the wheelhouse of games that he likes. It's really just a card game.
Not Meadow.
It's not regicide.
Really just a card game when it comes
Fluffs.
down to it.
Heteros.
And what do you do with a lot of card games at some point?
Sleeve 'em.
Shuffle them.
Shuffle. I just realized it's shuffle.
Force shuffle.
Force shuffle.
Yeah, I ain't got it.
Yeah.
Force shuffle.
Did not learn that from me.
Didn't I? It may have been Ryan. Then,
I've only
I
ever
guess.
played it once.
Okay. All right. This one might be the longest one of the day.
Uh-oh.
Alessandro assaulting Fitz.
Why is Alessandro assaulting Fitz?
What Fitz ever do to deserve that?
Fitz is the
All
last
right,
one.
what games do I know with a Z?
Alessandro assaulting Fitz.
That's a lot of S's and A's.
Like assassin is in there probably somewhere. I don't know. I don't know.
It could be.
Games with assassin in it though. Alessandro, that's a long title.
It's such a long title.
This was one of a series of games.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of.
It's my favorite of the series of games.
Azul stained glass of Sintra.
It is.
Oh my
Well
gosh.
done. Yeah,
Nice.
nicely done, Emily.
I was like, what games do I know with a Z? Azul.
Mm-hmm.
Azul is in there.
All right, your next one. Cornea scans.
Nice.
Everyone's favorite game when you get older.
Can you focus on the answer? This is one of my all-time favorite games.
Key, corn, scab. Nope, no bees.
And we've already had the game that was written specifically for Dwayne. I thought I was writing Forest Shuffle specifically for James.
Oh.
This one was written specifically for Emily.
And what was the clue again?
One of my all-time favorite games.
Oh no. It's not Spark.
It's not, yeah.
For
Not
parks.
Yeah.
I do believe this was a game of the show at some point.
Cornea scans.
Snore.
Emily and I have played this recently.
Uh-oh. What have we played? We played Las Vegas recently.
Oh,
this is going to make me so mad.
Sarn.
Is there another clue?
It's a Euro about a Euro location.
So it's a city. I just can't think of the.
Your final clue is going to be so many expansions.
It's not Ticket to Ride. Oh, Carcassonne.
It is Carcassonne.
Oh, my
Oh.
word.
Oh my gosh, it sure is.
Jeez.
Wow.
It's amazing how...
I still don't see it, even just looking at it.
Yeah, because it's C-A-R-C-O.
I never got anywhere near that.
Carcassonne.
No.
Because it was like the two N's were separated, the two S's were separated. Well
Yeah.
done.
All right, I lied. Forest Shuffle wasn't for James. This one's for James.
Okay.
Bambi Grins Marsh.
These are so funny. Oh, Brass Birmingham.
It is Brass Birmingham.
Oh, jeez.
Well done, Emily.
For me and not for me. Yeah.
All right, this next one. Elm Tobaccos.
Back goes Mob.
We have all played this as a game of the show.
Yep. Oh, no, it's not that.
Almost got Rococo out of it, but of course, none of the other letters. B's and T's in there.
Mhm.
It is a small box game.
It's not bacon.
It's not
Too small.
Cat in the Box. Bat. No.
In this game,
Yeah, I tried that one.
you're trying to make a high-scoring grid.
Castle Combo.
Yeah, I'll give that to James. Castle Combo.
Man.
Dwayne.
Castle-
Talk faster, Dwayne.
All right. The penultimate card. Shake Trot.
Tarot.
And the clue will be oh, Emily, do you have it?
No.
I believe this is the third racing game that I have included in this batch.
Oh my word. I think we've talked about this game too.
It's not Camel Up.
To my knowledge, none of us have played this.
Yeah.
It's not Formula D. It's not.
But one thing I can say, I know that Dwayne has really been enjoying going to minor league baseball games in Washington.
Mm-hmm.
What's the team name, Dwayne?
Yeah.
Well, that's too much information for me to give.
And there is occasionally an event that happens at minor league baseball games.
The Harlem Shake.
Would not know anything about minor league baseball. Anything. I'm just gonna tart choke. Set.
Think mascots.
Yeah.
Mascots.
Thinking of Thor Skate.
Oh, I got it.
What is it?
Hot Streak.
Hot Streak.
Wow.
Oh, yeah,
what's
not
the team
familiar with
name?
that one.
So
It's the Portland Pickles.
Yeah, and one of the events you see at a lot of minor league games is mascot races, which is what the game is.
Oh, that's fun.
That's cute.
All
What a
right.
clever idea.
Yay. And the final one. Let's see how you guys do with accordion.
Concordia.
It is Concordia.
Oh,
Wow, that was fast, Emily.
All right, so who got the
Thanks.
most? Dwayne got 4.
It's gotta be Emily.
I think Emily took this.
I got 6.
Emily got 6.
One,
Nice
Well done,
job.
Emily.
3, 4,
I like my
5.
anagrams. Oh, you had 5?
Strong second. Yeah.
Yes.
Good job, guys.
It feels good.
Thanks, JK.
Thanks for playing anagrams again.
Yes,
we'll
thank
probably
you,
see that
JK.
one come back next season again.
I do like anagrams.
Yay.
Well, I think that does it.
I think
We
we're
did it.
done. Yeah. Let's wrap up the show by thanking our sponsor. We're going to step outside the mall because I'm a little hungry. So let's go over and grab something to eat from Bennigan's. Your escape from the everyday.
Wow.
American fare Irish hospitality.
Forgotten about Bennigan's.
Have you remember
know.
Bennigan's? They were
Holy
so
cow.
good. That was so much fun. I did learn something, Dwayne. I don't know if you know this or not, but for years and years, I have always attributed the restaurant in Office Space as a Fridays knockoff. And apparently Mike Judge says it's actually a Bennigan's knockoff.
Oh.
Okay, I could see that.
So,
Yeah.
Bennigan's, American Fare Irish Hospitality. Let's go get some potato skins. Thanks for listening, y'all. We will talk with you just in a couple of weeks. If you do want to email us, please do so at pod@gleefulmeeple.com or find us on Instagram at gleefulmeeplepod. Come check us out in Nashville. We're quickly approaching the summer. We're going to have lots of events. We're going to have lots of things going on through the city. Come see us, y'all. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye, Gleeples.